All right, movement prep, quarter 3, volume 4. So this is going to be short and sweet, straight to the point, so we can get straight to big volume as we get deep into the quarter here. So whenever you come in, there's always going to be the things that you need up at the top of the slide. So for this movement prep, you need a mini band, one of these. By the way, these all live across the top on our fancy metal racks that we have in each lane. So go over there and grab one that feels nice and tight. And then you need a 10 rep max swing bell. So you're going to be swinging and cleaning this. So something that you can't bicep curl, but something that feels like a good medium to hard swing clean bell. Okay. So we got 4 movements. The first one is a tall plank to pike to sky reach or to world's greatest stretch. So the setup here, I'm going to start in my tall plank position. I'm going to push into a pike. So I'm going to leave space in between my biceps and my ears as I push. My knees are going to bend however I need them to. I'm going to push my chest into my thighs. And then I'm going to go a big lizard lunge reach up towards my hands. And then that opposite hand stays grounded as I sky reach or rotate to the sky. And I'm going back into my tall plank, push into my pike, chest to thigh, other leg reaches, and I rotate. And I'm just moving through this nice and easy. This should feel good. All my shoulder blades working, tall plank, the pike, big lunge. I reach and rotate, working back and forth. Okay. And then the next thing we have 180 jumps. So moving into still jumping, still bounding, still catching my weight, absorbing for toes, ankles, feet, all the good stuff. So 180, the reason we're doing this is you have to jump high enough to actually rotate in the air. So it's on purpose. You can get into some varieties of things, maybe go into a single leg to really challenge that. But starting out, we're just going literally like it says 180 jumps. So I'm going to start and finish in the opposite direction. So I'm here rotating, going back. I want to pause as I catch and move through. Make sure you don't get dizzy. So maybe I go into a single leg variation. This one's super challenging. I rotate as I float a leg, and I can work the other side to just give some variety in that 180 jump. Okay. And then the next one is our mini band hip lift iso hold. So you got options here to put this mini band across above my knees, or potentially across the tops of my feet. You should still feel this hip lift and the side of my glutes because we're going to be pushing into the sides of this band. So I'm going to come back to the ground. This mini band comes above my knees, and then I get set up, rib cage down into my hips, go to full hip extension, and I'm just pressing against this band. My toes are up, driving into my heels. Okay, if you feel or you see people sagging their hips, make sure you say hips high, hips high, hips high. We want full hip extension. My glutes are really working to get into this position and holding, okay? If I do the mini band right around my feet, it looks pretty much the same, but I'll just set up and push against the band as I go into my hip lift, and I'll still feel the sides of my glutes as I maintain this full hip extension lockout. And I'm just holding, so you'll probably use the clock or beeps to work through that one. And then the last one is our kettlebell skill. So I'm going to set up with my bell, big triangle between me and my bell. I'm going to tilt, okay? And then I'm going into one swing, one clean. So I'm here, one swing, elbow row, one clean, back down to the ground. I'm switching. Notice my body stays the same. I'm just grabbing onto the bell with a different arm. One swing, one clean, back down. Okay, here, if I'm this direction, you notice my body doesn't stay the same. I'm just manipulating the bell. So I'm still hinging, still locking out, but I go horizontal projection of force, vertical, back down, horizontal. So I'm just manipulating the bell. So I'm still hinging, boom, hinge, boom, back down to the ground, one swing, one clean. Okay, if we get into deeper movement preps and you want to get fancy with it, you can potentially start to go hand switch at the top and go into like continuous movement. So I could go one swing, one clean, hand switch, one swing, one clean, hand switch, keep going. Okay, that is your movement prep.